Shalom. And I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Wachach, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the head apostles, and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing for this word with truth and sincerity, and if you Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. All right, today, just coming back at you guys through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I'm just going to make a real quick lesson, all right, on this quote here that Albert Einstein made, okay, which is very heavy, okay? So I'm going to start the lesson by reading the quote. It says, Albert Einstein is often quoted as having said, "I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones." Okay, basically he's saying that, if there's a World War III, man, the effect of that World War III is going to turn society back to the Stone Ages. And if for it to happen, there's a World War IV, they're going to fight with sticks and stones. And it is indeed true. Okay, it's a very true statement. Okay, because we know, according to prophecy, that indeed there's going to be a World War III. Because in Revelation, it says what? Let's get that real quick. Whoa, past, right? Salakia. There it is. This is Revelation 11 and verse 14, right? The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And we know what woe means. Woe means destruction. So what? According to history, there was two major world wars that happened, World War I and World War II. And there's a third one that's coming quickly. And we're seeing what? The tensions between Russia and the U.S. being built up ultimately for that World War III to start. Okay, and we know when that World War III comes, it's not going to be no regular war. Okay, it's going to be, matter of fact, let's get Isaiah 9. It's not going to be no regular war, because it tells you that what? Isaiah 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Yes. Okay, this World War III is going to be with burning and fuel of fire, man. Not like the typical wars, okay? Like in the ancient times, you know how it says garments rolled in blood, right? Usually it's, the two troops face once against another, with spears in their hands, swords, and just screaming and running one towards another and just fighting. But this one's going to be different. This one is going to be with the pushing of buttons, man. Okay, we know what buttons we're talking about. The buttons that's, they're going to ultimately open up, that's going to basically shoot the missiles into the upper atmosphere, man. Okay? All right? There's going to be a nuclear war. That's why, Albert Einstein said if there's a World War III, what? It's going to be turned back to the Stone Ages, man. Okay? Because this war is going to be a nuclear fire to what? To the point that the elements is going to melt with fervent heat. Right? That's in 2 Peter 3. Let's get that real quick. All right, this is 2 Peter 3 and verse 10, right? But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up, man. Okay, to the point that the elements are going to melt with fervent heat, man. Okay, buildings are being melted, man. Okay, usually when you throw a bomb, the structure of the building is still there. But this one, the nuclear fire, man, all right, is going to melt the elements, man. Okay, that's why it also says the day that shall burn as an oven. All right? Let's get that real quick. Yes, there it is. Malachi 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Yes, okay, it's gonna burn as an oven. It's just giving you an example, right? Go bake something in the oven and try to pick it up without gloves, just bare hands. Tell me what happens if you don't get burnt up severely. Probably 2nd degree burns or 3rd degree burns, man. Well, this day, all right, that nuclear fire is going to be 100 times hotter than that, man. Because we know that what the Lord is going to be in the midst of that fire, man. It's going to be way hotter than that. To the point that the elements are going to melt with fervent heat, man. That's why it says, that's why Albert Einstein said that what World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Okay? Because this war is going to have a major impact on society, man. And ultimately, right, when World War III is happening, Yahweh Shai is going to come back in the midst of that, man. That's why when you read in Revelation 12, right, the dragon and his angels made war with Michael and his angels, okay? Because in the midst of World War III, right, when Yahweh Shai is going to come and all them that's fighting amongst each other, they're going to turn their face and try to fight Yahweh Shai. That's why, what's that guy? If I'm not mistaken, Ronald Reagan, he said what? If there was an outside force that came and, you know, basically interrupted our society, would we not all come together and fight that outside force? Right? He was basically speaking about Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because we know who the outside force is Yahweh Shai and the angels, because that's what they're going to come in. Matter of fact, let's get Revelation 12, man. Okay? I know I quoted it, but let's get it, man. Because in the midst of World War III, Yahweh Shai is going to come, man. And ultimately, Yahweh Shai is going to put an end to that World War III. Okay? With the lasers and the chariots, and also, you know, him putting that evil thought, right? In Ezekiel 38, right, putting that evil thought into the Prince of Persia, Salak, not Prince of Persia, Salak, into the Medians, which we know are the Russians, according to prophecy, right, to shoot the missiles, man. Okay, and ultimately all the other nations that have nuclear capability. It says, "Spare not, all ye that have the arrows, spare not, and shoot at the whore, man," which is Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, let's get this real quick. Revelation 12 and verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Okay, we know who the dragon is. The dragon is Esau Edom. All right, he fought with his angels, meaning his troops, his military troops. All right, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Yes, they're not going to prevail, man. Because the victory is already written that Yahweh Shai, that Yahweh's arm, which is Yahweh Shai, is going to get the victory, man. Okay, so they're not going to win. All right, ultimately, the Lord's going to come and put an end to it, you know, by the lasers from the chariot and also the nuclear missiles that's going to be bathed in heaven and come down upon Idumea, man. Okay, because that's the number one place that's to get hit with those nuclear missiles. Babylon the Great, aka America, because that source of wickedness, right? That golden cup that's in the Lord's hand that's making all the nations drunken. That's the source of wickedness. Okay, and when you want wickedness to be taken out, you have to go to the source, which is Babylon the Great. All right, that's what ultimately is going to be left as a desert. All right, now I want to get this because, you know, well, in the quote, you know, there was a particular part. Oh, Salakia, the quote went away. There was a particular part, you know, when he says what? But World War IV would be fought with sticks and stones, because it is indeed. Salakia, well, there's not going to be any World War IV, right? Because, you know, after World War III, that's the last world war. Because once the kingdom of heaven is established, it's going to be a kingdom of peace. All right? Ultimately, you know, because, you know, when he said, what, but World War IV be fought with sticks and stones, you know, a particular precept came to mind, which is Isaiah 2, right? Where it says we're going to gather up the weapons and burn them up. Well, that's in Ezekiel, right? But I want to get this too in Isaiah, right? You know what, man? Yeah, I'm going to start at 2. Isaiah 2 and verse 2. But the point is at verse 4. Okay? And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above all the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. When it's saying mountains, it's referring to governments. So the government of the Lord is going to be established on top of all the governments. Okay? That's why in Revelation it says that what? When Yahushua comes, he's going to come and take the crowns of the other nation. That's why, you know, it said that, well, he had many crowns on his head. All right? Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Yeah, ultimately, we're going to teach the nations how to keep, you know, the law, statutes, and commandments. They're going to come up to us to learn of our ways, right? Verse 4, this is the point here. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. All right, they're gonna beat their swords, meaning their weapons, into pruning hooks, man, into farm tools, man. Because there's not gonna be need for any war in the kingdom of heaven. There's gonna be a kingdom of peace, of eternal peace, man. It says that nation's not gonna learn war anymore. Okay, there's not gonna be any World War IV. World War III is gonna be the last war, man. Okay, the war to end all wars, right? Which ultimately Yahweh Shai is gonna end that war. Okay, and also there's also another precept in Ezekiel where it says how that we're gonna gather up all the weapons and burn them up. Okay, just the statement that Alstom said that what World War IV be fought with sticks and stones. Indeed, there's some truth to it, but there's not gonna be any World War IV. Okay, it's just gonna be to the point that everything's gonna be turned back to the Stone Ages. We're not gonna you're not gonna see any tanks in the kingdom of heaven, man. Any AKs, Glock 19s. No, man. There's not gonna be none of that in the kingdom, man. That's Esau's blessing. All right, and once the Lord comes back and destroys this kingdom, hey, we're gonna burn up all the weapons. Okay, point blank, period. But World War III is gonna be the war to end all the wars, cause what? Hey, prophecy speaks about it, man. It's within the prophecy. There's only 3 woes recorded in the book of Revelation. There wasn't a 4th woe. Okay. Hey, so with that, man, I'm going to close it off here by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachakodash. Hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, until next time, I'm going to say shalom.